Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this festive season, we will be doing another round of sweet treats this year, but because I like alliterations, for this month we will be doing December Delights. As the name suggests, for the month of December, we will be making 4 more sweet treats that will hopefully help you celebrate the holidays. For this episode, we will be making some Sticky Figgy Pudding.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy
For this recipe, you will need 1.5 cups of dried pitted dates, a half cup of dried figs, 2 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 7 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of superfine sugar if you can find it, but granulated sugar should work fine as a substitute. You will also need 2 eggs, 2.5 cups of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2.5 ounces of dark chocolate for the pudding. And for the sauce, you will need 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of heavy cream, and 7 tablespoons of butter. The original recipe called for double this amount, but I had so much sauce left over, so you can just make it with this amount and you should have plenty to use. And if you wish, you can add some brandy, whiskey, or other hard liquor to add a nice smoky flavor. The alcohol will cook out, so choose a liquor that has a nice flavor to it. And if you want, you may serve this with some vanilla ice cream or some whipped cream for garnish. And since we have most of the ingredients, if you want to make homemade whipped cream, you will need a half cup of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You will also need some ramekins to cook the pudding in, but you can also cook them in a muffin pan in a pinch. Additionally, we will use the leftover tablespoons of butter to butter the ramekins, so in total you will need 16 tablespoons or 2 sticks of butter. This amount of ingredients is enough to make 6 to 8 ounce sized ramekins worth of figgy pudding, so adjust accordingly. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, while we wait, we'll prepare the ingredients. First, we'll want to chop up our dates and figs, so chop them up into small pieces. Also, take out your butter at this time as well to let it soften. Then, once that's done, add the dates, dried figs, and water to a medium saucepan and bring to a boil over medium heat. I like seeing little chunks of fruit in my figgy pudding, so I'll be setting a few pieces aside for later, but it's up to you. Once your water is boiling, remove the pan from the heat and stir in the baking soda. Let it cool for about 5 minutes or so, and while we wait, mix together the flour, baking powder, and salt in a separate bowl. Then, once the date mixture is cooled down, add it to a blender and puree. Next, in a large bowl, add in the 7 tablespoons of butter and the cup of sugar, and cream this with a hand mixer. Next, add in the eggs and beat well. Then, add in the flour mixture, the pureed date mixture, any leftover chopped fruits if desired, and grate the chocolate in, and mix this all together. Once it's all mixed together, butter your ramekins with the extra tablespoons of butter, and then pour the mixture into your ramekins, filling them about halfway. Then, once your ramekins are filled, your oven should be done preheating, so place them into the oven and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. While we wait, we'll prepare the sauce. In a medium saucepan, place the cup of brown sugar, cup of heavy cream, and your whiskey if you wish, over low heat and stir until the sugar dissolves. Then, raise the heat and bring the mixture to a boil, and then reduce the heat again and let it simmer for 5 minutes. Next, add in the butter and stir until it's mixed together. Once your pudding is ready, take it out of the oven and let it rest for 10 minutes or so. While we wait, we'll make our whipped cream. In a bowl, add your heavy cream, sugar, and vanilla extract, and beat with a hand mixer until medium peaks form. Then, when you're ready to serve your figgy pudding, you may remove the pudding from the ramekin or leave it in, but in either case, make a cross on top of the pudding with a knife, and then pour the sauce over the X and the rest of the pudding, and let it soak in slightly before serving it with the ice cream or your whipped cream. And with that, your sticky figgy pudding is ready to eat. Of course, anyone who has listened to any good amount of Christmas music knows about this particularly famous Christmas dish, but I know that a lot of people don't actually know what it is, let alone have eaten it before. Originating from the United Kingdom during the medieval period, figgy pudding or fig pudding refers to any of several Christmas dishes, usually sweet or savory cakes that contain honey, fruits, and nuts, and are not custard in consistency as Americans might initially think when they hear the word pudding. This dish differs from Christmas pudding or plum pudding in that it has figs in it, hence the name figgy pudding. Though throughout time the differences between these dishes have been blurred, since they have essentially the same basic ingredients, with figgy pudding being the simplest and historically earliest of the three. Traditionally, this dish is made the Sunday before Advent and then stored to let the flavors intensify until Christmas, when it would be served with warm brandy poured over top and set on fire to represent the love of Jesus. Though, of course, previously this dish wasn't made with more perishable ingredients such as cream and eggs, so I don't recommend doing this with this version of the dish. Though, speaking of which, this recipe is based off of one that I found on the Food Network website. I really enjoyed watching all of the special Christmas recipe shows during Christmas break growing up, so now that I'm able to do cooking videos of my own, I'm glad that I'm able to make videos on some of the recipes that I saw as a child. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. Add it to a blender and puree.